Today I'm going to walk you through the installation of Smart Shield by Centurion Technologies. The first thing you'll need to do is download the Smart Shield installer, which can be obtained from our website, centuriontech.com. You want to go here, click on the Downloads link at the top of the page. You want to scroll down, and then you can either put in your username and password, or if you don't know it, select the Forgot Username and Password link, or contact Centurion Technologies Technical Support. Once you're into the downloads page, you want to download the appropriate version for your operating system, be that 32 or 64-bit of the Smart Shield Education, or Library, or Smart Shield. Today I'm going to be installing Smart Shield. I already have that downloaded though. Smart Shield is fully compatible with Windows XP Service Pack 2 and higher, which includes Windows Vista and Windows 7 32 and 64-bit. Since I already have downloaded the installer, I'm going to double click and run on it. It will ask me for the user access control prompt. Here is where the installer is unpackaging the contents and preparing itself to run. This is the introduction screen here. We'll go ahead and click next through this. The next screen is our license agreement. We will go ahead and accept and hit next. This screen is how you would like to register your Smart Shield. The top option is the one most of our customers are going to select, the Register with Smart Control. Most people have managed licenses, and it's very important that you install your Smart Control, which is our management console for Smart Shield, before you install the client itself. We're going to select this. The other option, Register by Internet Connection, is if you have standalone licenses and want to register them individually and not use a management console. The third option, Register Manually, is if you have standalone licenses and do not have an internet connection on those machines. We're going to select Register by Smart Control, hit Next. It's going to ask us to put in either the server name or IP address of our Smart Control. I'll go ahead and put in the name I have for our Smart Control, as well as the default port. We recommend you leave a default. The box for validation of the Smart Control is already checked. We'll go and hit Next. This screen is validating the Smart Control to make sure we put in the correct information. This screen, we'll go ahead and type in your password. You can click the Show Password above in order to verify that you've typed your password incorrectly. It is very important to remember this password, possibly write it down and put it in a safe place. If this password is forgotten, it cannot be changed. This next screen is for the keyboard and mouse unlock phrase. What this is with our keyboard and mouse blocking, we have a local backdoor essentially. So if you've locked the keyboard and mouse from your Smart Control and go to a system and want to access it again, all you have to do is type in your keyboard and mouse unlock phrase, and you can access the system again. This is an important thing you'll want to remember. This cannot be changed after installation. We'll go ahead and hit Next again. The default installation works for most of our users, but it does not configure persistent storage, and it doesn't give you any options on USB blocking. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and go with the custom installation and walk you guys through that. This first screen here is where we select the hotkey that we use in order to bring up Smart Shield with it in stealth mode. The default hotkey is Control-Alt-F10. You can change the hotkey from the default by selecting any other option here at the drop-down menu. We'll go ahead and click Next. And then this is where we're configuring our temporary storage size. The default will work in the majority of situations, although if you have a machine that's doing some very resource-intensive tasks such as CAD or say graphic design, you may want to increase this to about half the available space on the C drive. We'll go and leave it default at our recommended size and hit Next. Then this next option here is whether we want to protect only the C drive or protect all logical drives and partitions. We'll go and just leave it as C only, but you have the option here to protect, say if you had a D drive or an E drive installed on the system, to protect that as well by default. We'll go ahead and click Next. We have this option to create persistent storage that we will check. We can also check to block FireWire or allow Novell if we're running in a Novell network. We'll go ahead and click Next. Here we're talking about our persistent storage configuration here. The default storage size is 13 gigs. I'm going to go ahead and size that down to say 5 gigs in size. That'll be more than ample for what we're going to do with this. And we can also choose our drive letter here. It defaults to P, but you can select any other available drive letter to set this up as. We'll leave it at P and hit Next here. This screen is where you can configure the USB blocking. By default, it's all unblocked, so all USB devices will be able to access the system. But if, for example, you don't want people to be able to put data on this machine or take any data off, you could easily block the mass storage device and things along those lines. But this is something that you guys will want to choose for your environment. I'll just leave these disabled and hit Next. This option here is where I can choose to install in stealth mode or create an answer file. Installation in stealth mode, what that will do is that will remove some of the program shortcuts that are visible in all programs. And it will also activate stealth mode, which will hide Smart Shield from the system tray and cause you to have to use that hotkey that we mentioned before to access it. We can also choose to create an answer file here, which what this will do is if you have a large installation over many machines and have either a third-party push tool or can script an installation, this allows you to actually save out the answers to all these options we're choosing and make the installation a much smoother process. I'll go ahead and click next here. And basically it just says completing the installation wizard here. Hit next, it'll run through some installation steps here, and in just another second or so it will tell us it's finished installation. It will prompt us for a reboot. Alright, now that we have finished the installation of Smart Shield, all we have to do is hit finish. The machine will reboot, it will automatically connect into our smart control, pull a license, and it will be good to go.